Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course, and as you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be giving my commentary on Destiny Payton's most recent Mental Monday show with her therapist slash life coach, Deon. And of course, before we get into the sound bites, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video. Then YouTube will recommend this video to more people who enjoy discussing the various topics that come about Love and Marriage Huntsville. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. Everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on these sound bites are allowed for criticism. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Deon and Destiny, they were recapping the most recent episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And they were talking about, they went in pretty much sequential order. So they started off with the beach scene. And they were talking about the conversation that Melody was having with her friends, Dr. Shanita and Lauren. And they were talking about the group. And so this is what they had to say. Deon, she took really detailed notes. She was able to quote people. I'm pretty sure she would say she was paraphrasing, but I felt like she really wrote down what people were saying verbatim. She was reading their quotes, and she was talking about Melody mentioning about, people trying to dethrone her. And this is what Deon had to say.
I'm in charge of the girls. What happened? Yeah. No, we were just talking about what happens to people who don't acknowledge her as superior. Because if you're in charge, that means you're superior. That means you have positioned yourself in this superior place. So what happens to people who don't acknowledge that, who don't go along with that? What I think happens is they get dehumanized, devalued, discarded, and then endlessly harassed by people who think they are doing a good work, but they get a taste for blood because vengeance knows no end. You can't get satisfied by vengeance. That's what I think happens. Well, yeah. That was the most telling part of this whole show. So I'm like, I don't know. To me, it was the part that I was like, man, that's the mindset. And so anybody who doesn't come along and support that mindset, you're the enemy. There is no in between. It's like a crab in a barrel mentality.
Okay, so, and I want to say that in the beginning of all of their Mental Monday shows, they definitely give their disclaimer that Deon is functioning during the Mental Monday show as a life coach and not a therapist. Certainly, I did not study psychology or social work or counseling in college, so I don't know the significance of giving that disclosure each week of saying that you're functioning as a life coach versus a therapist. I'm guessing her saying that is to open the door for her to recap the show. And, I've admitted to being slanted myself, right? Here on this channel, I highly support Melody Cherie, and I say that in peace that I'm slanted towards her. And I've even given the example that cable news channels such as MSNBC and Fox News, they are slanted in their particular directions as well, right? So this is definitely nothing that is surprising or odd. But in Dion's review of the show, she's definitely slanted towards Destiny, and that's fine. During the Mental Monday show, it comes off more of a friendship than a life coach and client or life coach and patient relationship. But and that's totally fine because I admit to my biases and me being slanted towards Melody as well. But I say all that to say that I think that paints the picture for how she views Melody and these quote unquote people, whom I assume, in my commentary, in my opinion, these quote unquote people would be supporters, fans of Melody Cherie. She's saying that, some of us may harass anyone who does not, bow down to Melody or agree with her or take out any actions that Melody would want them to do. Now, what I would say to Deon and Destiny is that us being slanted towards Melody is rooted in us witnessing on the show, edited episodes, mind you, us witnessing the gang up and the lack of empathy and this whole campaign of trying to say she was a cheater, almost trying to justify Martell's actions towards her when they were married. So that is the root to everyone supporting Melody the way that we do, supporting her businesses, buying her products, and giving her encouraging words in her DMs, and obviously in our commentary, us bloggers supporting her as well. So it's not like a blind loyalty that's just coming out of the blue or from left field. It's definitely rooted in some history of seeing a group of people ganging up on one person. So I definitely wanted to include that as well. So then during their commentary, Destiny actually talks about back when Sunni was her producer during season 5. Destiny claims that she actually, did not trust Sunni at one point. So I want to go ahead and play this soundbite and then, of course, come back with my commentary.
Gullible girl that ends up, just picking bad people and everything. My discernment is on point. And my discernment actually was on point with Sunni. I just was in a space where I didn't listen to it because I wanted to see all the good in her. It's funny because I actually, and this is not on the episode, so maybe I shouldn't say because we're talking about the episode, but at the end of the season, the last season that I was on, I called Sunni a snake. I literally called her a snake. I said, "You a snake." And one of the other producers called me and was like, "You hurt her feelings. She really cares about you. She's been, fighting for you and all this other stuff." And so he's the one that worked on my heart to be able to accept her back in, because that's how I felt. I don't know what month it was, but I think it was either right before the Monica show, because I wasn't even going to do the show. That's how upset I was. And it was about things that weren't told to me. It was kind of like a sneak situation. And I'm like the Moses situation too. Yeah. So, yeah. But that was me not listening to my discernment. And a lot of times I feel like, and this is going off script, I try to do the work and I listen to the things that my therapist and you tell me. But when my discernment is sitting there like it ain't right, it's nothing left in me to do it. So I appreciate you pushing me to have conversations, because 99% of the time I probably would. 99% of the time I probably wouldn't have had them. So that's growth in me to have conversations and not just cut people off. So that's a big growth. Yeah, and I do still think that conversations are needful, because what we see, if we're looking at your relationship with Melody, actually, this is y'all were missing conversations. No, we weren't. We had a lot of conversations on and off camera, and it just kept being the same. Yeah, it's like a merry-go-round to the point where sometimes you feel like, am I crazy? Well, this is
Okay, and when you hear the pause after Destiny goes, it was just the same. She's taking her index finger and making an imaginary circle, like saying they would just go round and round, and then she goes like a merry-go-round. So she actually admitted, assuming it's sincere, during season 5, she did not trust Sunny and she called her a snake. And another producer called her and said, you hurt her feelings. I hope, because Sunny said that she'll go live again on Sundays, I hope that Sunny addresses whether or not that has ever happened, where, to her knowledge, Destiny called her a snake and it hurt her feelings. Sunny must have conversed about it with another producer for a producer to call Destiny and say you hurt her feelings by calling her a snake. I have to get verification from Sunny before I believe that that happened. I think that Destiny, is trying to say that because she's trying to say, her discernment, her judgment of character is on point, like she said. And, she had these, like, I guess, bad vibes about Sunny before. Girl, please, because we all know that Sunny said that she was assigned to be Tiffany Whitlow's producer, and Destiny asked for Sunny and got her way, and then she got Sunny as her producer. And that's like another instance that I've kept in the back of my mind. Like, I feel like Destiny was favored by production to be able to, always hold back, be on a reality TV show and not really share your story, always talk in riddles, and you end up with more questions and answers with her. And yet she would still come back season after season. So I just thought that that was kind of an interesting statement. I hope that Sunny addresses it this Sunday when she goes live again on Instagram. So in this last soundbite, Destiny, she's trying to get emotional. She's trying to conjure up almost like she feels played because, according to her, she was more of a friend to Melody, feeding Melody information that Martell would tell her, but she claims that she did not do it in the reverse.
She keeps bringing up because you never heard her say that it was it happened all the time. Every time I'm on the phone with you, it happened literally one time. Maybe let me say it twice, but I remember distinctly the one time because she's like, "Yeah, girl, click over, tell me what he said." Say that again. Yeah, girl, click over, tell me what he said. So it wasn't endorsed, huh? So what you're saying is that was endorsed. She knew you were talking to him, and she said, "Yeah, girl, click over and tell me what he said." Absolutely. So I was left out. And I so not eloquently said this because I know people like receipts. I don't know if this was at the reunion or the season of that reunion where I said you'd have a problem with when I was sharing what was going on. Because at Girl Code, it wasn't nothing that I couldn't say, Okay, gotcha. So what you're saying is when it was beneficial, correct? And I would tell him too, and like, I don't care what you tell him. So it wasn't like I was sneaking. I was telling him, well, whatever you say, I'm gonna tell him. Now, were you telling him what she was saying? That's what no. Nope. So let's just say this day, nobody, to this day, y'all ask myself, he can't hold water. Ask him. Anytime he brought up something, I say, I know what you know. The one time I ever seen Marcel get angry with me was because he felt like I knew something I wouldn't tell him about her. So what I'm hearing you say is that you would tell Martell, now if you say something, I'm gonna tell her. You would go back and tell her what he said, he said, and she would ask you to tell her what he said. Correct. And you weren't telling Martell what she said. Okay. So then she said, tell him, I don't care. If it was something that she was like, girl, I don't care if he If it was anything like that, it was light. But I wouldn't tell it that the whole myth of Destiny's telling Martell her business, that's a lie. So here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this. I think Melody had a legitimate need for safety in the relationship. Like, if she's confiding in somebody, I think she has a legitimate need to feel like, hey, I know that's not going anywhere. That need is legitimate, right? But if I'm suspicious of you, feelings are not facts. Just because I'm suspicious and I think you might be saying something to this person, or I think you might be doing something with this person, is not evidence that you are doing that. So feelings aren't facts, but what feelings are meant to do is let you know that you have a need. I think she had a legitimate need. The need is legitimate to know that whatever I'm sharing with you is not going out to another person. The need is legitimate. Now, how you communicate it is something else. If you don't come to the person and say, hey, I'm uncomfortable with you talking to my ex, I'm comfortable confiding in you if you still have a relationship with my ex. If that happens, you get a chance then to make an informed decision about whether you continue the relationship with Martell or not. And you can say, hey, I said that to her too. I said, honestly and truthfully, at the space that we were in, because checking you, Boo said it wasn't right that I shared with Melody and I didn't share with Martell. I told Martell I was going to be sharing. I never said, Melody, I'm going to be telling Martell your business. I told Martell, whatever you say, I'm going to tell her.
Okay, so Destiny brings that up as they're recapping the episode because when she and Melody had their exchange, Melody was saying, you and I would be on the phone and you would say, oh, girl, I got to call you back. This is Martell calling in. So then Destiny tries to spin it during her recap and say, well, she was like, okay, girl, yeah, take that call and tell me what he said. Okay. So you're trying to make light or trying to twist it so that you were doing something for Melody or to her benefit. She almost makes it seems like it was like a plot or plan that they cooked up together. Like, I'll continue to befriend him and talk with him, and I'm going to tell you everything that he says. And then she goes on to say that she even disclosed to Martell, everything that you tell me, I'm going to tell her, right? Come on, Destiny. Who do you think you're fooling? I do not think that's how that went down. I think that you would tell her, okay, girl, I'm gonna call you back. Martell is calling in, definitely wanting to let Melody know that you prefer to talk to him over her, or you're choosing him over her. I don't think that it was like this huge plan so you could get information and feed it to Melody. I just do not see that happening, especially if you were on the path of trying to remain friends with both of them and remain neutral. Then why would you do something that is the opposite of neutral and disclose to Martell, hey, buddy, everything that you tell me, I'm going to go tell Melody so that it benefits her. Give me a break. And Martell, I feel like, would have gone ballistic if you tried that with him and had the nerve to disclose it. But that is what she was saying as almost like a rebuttal to Melody saying that. I feel like her saying, okay, I'm gonna get off the phone with you. This is Martell calling in. It's like placing value on a higher value on him as if he means more to you or he's more valuable for you than Melody. But I thought that was definitely interesting. And, that's the beauty of there being several blogging channels, especially here on YouTube in this space. You can go to the community that best fits your mindset and your opinions. And it's okay for us all to be slanted, because definitely on Destiny's own YouTube channel, it's slanted towards herself. It's slanted in her favor. And in my opinion, the LAMH production is slanted in Destiny's favor as well, at least in that episode. Definitely check out Dr. Shanita's Instagram Live. And I am okay, at peace, and calm with my channel and my commentary being slanted towards Melody Cherie. But I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video, as it is a free way of supporting the channel. And I thank you all so much for being here. I hope that you have a terrific Tuesday, and I will talk with you soon. Bye.